Hello, and let us begin reading Breaking the News. The book is set at Lexile 800. Let us proceed with reading the book Breaking the News. Breaking the News, it's a soldier story. Travis woke up with butterflies in his stomach. He was nervous, but not in a way he had been in the weeks prior. He was excited and not anxious, and he was hopeful, not downtrodden. He knew he had a trusted support system series belief cement support system, I believe. Let us check. Yes, it's correct. And he felt liberated now that he had finally arrived at a decision. Several weeks ago, Travis bought a journal and now it was filled with lists of pros and cons and inner conversations that we were now littered across pages and pages of paper. Pages of notebook paper. Should he go to college? Should he join the army? He had taken the time to consider, process, and decide that he was going to do with his future. He looked at career choices, researched salaries, and made graphs and timelines about what he would earn and what skills he would condemn, acquire, forfeit, publish. Most probably acquire. Yes, we are right. After thinking carefully, Travis decided that today was the day he would tell his parents, friends, and teachers. Travis yawned, folded back his blanket, breathed a deep sigh, and took a final look at the folded army brochure lying on his bedside table. It was the same paper that caused Travis to think about joining the army. He was thankful for that disruption in his Friday evening that now afforded him a path for his future. He stepped out of bed and began to make his way down his creaking stairs to where his parents were busy in their morning routine. When Travis reached the bottom of the stairs, he saw his parents dash coffee, pouncing quadrate brewing girdle. Most probably brewing means some boilings. Brewing coffee and reading the paper at the kitchen table. He cleared his throat and asked his parents if they had a moment to chat. I made up my mind. I have given it some serious thought and decided to join the army after I artistry, lemonade, applause, graduate, most probably graduate. Yes. As soon as he told his parents, he felt an incredible rush of relief flood over him. His parents looked concerned, but they vocalized their support. What made up your mind? His mom asked. I just pictured myself living life at an army base, Travis said. I could see myself fitting in with this big dash of soldiers. Uh, Increases sacrifice community crackling. Most probably community of soldiers. Yes, we are right. I know it might sound idealistic, but I imagine we would all help each other and we would get to know each other like family. We would work as a unit to make sure that America is safe. I just knew that I would be really happy doing that. I felt more sure about that than I did about heading off to Changer, Neglect, Panther College than college. That was the comparison. Yes, we are right. Let's proceed. His mom nodded and said she had her concerns, but in the end, She understood. Then she told Travis that he had better be as careful as he possibly could be. She loved him and she was well dash of the dire possibility. She was well aware, fuzzy, curvy, beady. That means curvy, well aware. Yes, well aware of the dire possibilities presented in the army, and she didn't want any harm coming to her child. He reassured her that he would take care of himself and told her to put her trust in the way she raised him. She gave him the tools he needed to navigate the adult world in the army. He gave her a hug and told her that he loved her. He went back upstairs. He went back upstairs and went through his things. He found the dash card and that the soldier had given. He had the reaction card, accident, research, business. Most probably it's a business card. Business card that the soldier had given him. He pulled out his phone and inputted the number on his phone. With each number he entered, he knew he was one step closer to finalizing his decision. Finally, he heard the sound of the phone dialing. He waited for the soldier to pick up. He told him his name and said that they had talked at Friday night jam a few weeks ago. Sure, sure, I remember you, said the soldier enthusiastically. I really dashed talking to you. I really knocked, escaped, enjoyed, ready, most probably enjoyed talking. Yes. I was hoping that you were thinking about joining us. Did you have more questions? I actually think that I'm going to enlist, Luke said. I think that it is definitely the right decision for me at the point in my life. I wanted to tell you that and thank you for telling me about the benefits. I also wanted to ask what comes next for me. What do I have to do to officially enlist? Wow, said the soldier. That is seriously good news. We will be thrilled to have you join the army. There are a few steps that you will have to go through before you are officially a member. Great, said Travis. My school is winding down by the summer, and then I will like to be able to start right away. What should I do first? First, you will have to take a test, the soldier said. It is an aptitude test. Your answers on it will tell the army which of our many jobs you are qualified for. You are a smart guy. I imagine that you will do quite well. Travis thanked the man and set up a time to take the test. Then he sat in his room for a while and thought about the decision that he had just made. He was on track to become a member of the United States Army. A year ago, he never would have thought this would happen in a million years. That day at school, he finally told all his friends. They were shocked and some were alarmed. They couldn't believe that he was not going to college right away. They thought he was throwing away all the hard work he had invested in his schooling over the past 4 years. But you got into so many great schools, they said. I'll still go to college someday, Travis told them. But right now, this is what I want to do with my life. In the end, many of his friends left the dash a bit taken aback, left the independence, disagreement, conversation, presentation. It was a conversation, most probably, yes. Left the conversation a bit taken aback and confused. How could someone who did so well as a student suddenly decide to take a different track? Travis was already feeling comfortable with his decision. He felt the burden of hiding his inner conflict, research, twilight, occasion. Maybe it's an inner conflict. Yes. Released when he found out about the army and then told the people around him. He didn't expect everyone to understand, but he knew that they all still supported him, regardless of their personal stance on the issue. The next few months were a blur. He prepared for his final exams and also prepared for the army. He took the aptitude test and learned he would have to wait quite a while for the results. He knew that he also needed to prepare his body, so he started running every morning. He loved sports, but running on your own was an inspection, aggression, adjustment, assignment. That looks quite tough. He loved sports, but running on your own was an. That means a word beginning with a vowel, but all the words are beginning with a vowel. It was loved sports, but he was quite an inspection, aggression, adjustment, assign. Let's give it a try. Assignment. Sorry, it's an adjustment. He knew that it took 21 days to make a habit, so he slept at the practice for 3 weeks. Sure enough, it became easier and easier to wake up in the morning and dash the early morning dew in the running shorts and activate, confront, convulse, bulldoze, and wake up in the morning and confront, most probably, yes, confront the early morning dew in his running shorts. That's the end of the book. Thank you for joining us.